So I work in the contact centre. So essentially we take calls and we get emails from customers who have passport applications, birth, death, marriage registrations, and we take calls to help process the applications and make sure everything's running smoothly. Just my small part, it's definitely making a difference for someone that's made their day. I love my job. It's always great to come to work every day. There's always something new. It's always exciting. Even though I can't see them, I smile at my computer, which is kind of weird, but it's my sort of connection to them, I guess.
My job is a learning facilitator. I really enjoy my job because it allows me to connect with people. It allows me to connect with new people that come on board, and it also allows me to build on existing relationships that we have here in the organisation already. A lot of the stuff that we train people on, it's quite technical, and some of it is to do with legislation and policy. Other parts of it is to do with processes and systems as well. My work touches a lot of people that interact with the customers, the New Zealand public. They're the ones that deal mainly with passports, citizenship, birthdays and marriages. So it's all about building people and building confidence and competence in whatever they tend to do here at DIA.
Te Ara Manaaki is a program within service delivery and operations. We were put together to reimagine the way services are delivered at DIA. So for people accessing our services, it will mean that it's easier for them to access the service, such as applying for citizenship or applying for a birth certificate or a death certificate, or even applying for a passport. They'll have reduced waiting times. We won't make them jump through hoops when applying for our services as well. What I love the most about my role is the stakeholder engagement, so working quite closely with the business and establishing those requirements, having them tell us what they need in our application. And I can see the direct impact that it has on my customers, so I really enjoy that quite a lot.
My role in the Department of Internal Affairs is as a policy analyst. I am working as part of a project that's looking at changing legislation to classify online media content like Netflix or Amazon Prime, but also trying to make sure that our frameworks for regulating media content is fit for purpose and can be future-proof to adapt to the shifting ways that New Zealanders now choose to entertain themselves. The current legislation doesn't cater to it. It's making sure that anything we're proposing is reasonable for the industry, but also ensuring that New Zealanders have the information they need to make informed viewing decisions. And that's what I really enjoy about my job at the moment.
I manage a team of citizenship case officers who help people that currently have residency and would like to obtain New Zealand citizenship. For many people, getting New Zealand citizenship is a ticket to freedom because they don't have to worry about the things that they were scared of in their home countries. One of the best parts of our jobs is attending citizenship ceremonies, and many people have expressed that it's one of the happiest days of their life. From my experience gaining New Zealand citizenship and being able to say that I'm now a Kiwi gave me an incredible sense of pride. I really do love my job. I love the team that I work with, and I love the work that we do.
So my job as an operational policy analyst involves looking at a particular piece of legislation, which is the Anti-Money Laundering and Countering Financing of Terrorism Act, where somebody is making money off the proceeds of crime. Anti-money laundering is all about trying to stop that. The work that we do directly contributes to organised crime being taken down in some cases. Massive amounts of drugs are seized, fraudulent scams are busted. It's about making crime not pay. We also contribute to New Zealand's international reputation as a very uncorrupt jurisdiction where our regulations are effective and that we've got a well-regulated and trusted financial system here. It makes me feel like I'm doing something which helps the country and, helps stop crooks. DIA
spends about 110 million on ICT spend. And so there will be times that we have to outsource with our third-party vendors or suppliers. And so that's where I come in. I'm a commercial procurement manager in ICT, and I work closely with the National Library and Archives. With the National Library and the Archives, there's a lot of national treasures, there's a lot of taonga, the He Tohu exhibition, the Tiriti of Waitangi and the Declaration. So it's really cool that there's some real rich heritage that, we're trying to protect and look after, and I'm real privileged to be a part of that. Oh, I definitely love my job.
I'm a registration officer with birth, death and marriages and service and delivery. As a registration officer, we ensure that our records are correct and accurate. For people in New Zealand, they trust us. It's their identity. And is it part of New Zealand history? Yes, I recall a case we had where a customer called, and that was to do with her father's middle name. We were able to cross-reference with his siblings' records and his marriage records to confirm that the middle name was an interpretation error at the time of the registration. The customer was stoked. His response was, "You have made my day in more ways than one." It's all about delivering services with customers and the heart.
My role in the Comms Department is to look after the Information Knowledge Services branch. Information Knowledge Services looks after Archives New Zealand, which is the memory of government, and the National Library of New Zealand, which is the sort of memory of society. So it's about telling their stories and getting them out to a wider audience on TV, radio, and sharing them with New Zealanders, because it's all relevant to every New Zealander, the work that happens here. So the more people that know about it, then the better off New Zealanders will be.
In my job as Senior Solicitor here at the Department of Internal Affairs, I do a wide range of things. This week we heard back from Family Court about a particular person whose application to change the agenda on their birth certificate had been successful. They can now live their best life, and I got to have a hand in that. The work we do in the foreign adoption space as well, when people want to adopt a child overseas, when they have love in their hearts and space in their homes, we get to have a role in that. That's really satisfying, and I really do think that DIA makes a difference to New Zealand people, which I think is really neat.
DIA has 7 ministers that it supports, which is a really wide range of portfolios: gambling policy, identity, local government, community voluntary sector, racing, ethnic communities, and others besides that as well. So the policy group does a wide range of things at any given time. One is looking at the gambling law. New Zealand's laws predates the real rise of online gambling. What we need to do is make sure that New Zealanders are able to gamble in a safe way, but also supports the freedoms that New Zealanders have and expect. We need to have something that's fit for now and fit for the future as well. We're politically neutral, and also when ministers are thinking about things, it's our role and our responsibility to give free and frank advice and ways that they can achieve what they want to do in creative and different and new ways. So yeah, it's an exciting place to work.
The role that I have is working across government to work towards a unified public service. So our focus is for New Zealanders being able to thrive in a digital nation, to see how we can make it easier for New Zealanders to access and interact with government, especially online. New Zealanders are very globally connected as well. So as they're travelling across the seas, how can they keep in touch when they have to with government? So whether they choose to or not, how can we make it easy for them to do that, especially with the information and services that they need to access? And I feel that I'm adding value.
GSS is the technology part of DIA, so we provide all the different technology that enable our different branches to provide services to our customers. Our passports are one of the safest in the world, and it's from all the different technology and behind it that makes it safe. It's world-class service. We have really dedicated and passionate people about the work that they do. They really want to provide top-end service to Kiwis. I love working for DIA. I love the diversity of the work, and I love the diversity of the people that I get to work with every day.